Unparalleled connectedness, meaningful collaboration in a globally competitive meetings arena. This is Meetings Africa 2017, a South African tourism initiative aimed at putting Africa at the forefront of the business of events. Anyone and everyone who is part of the local business events industry is here. This is a major showcase for the industry, for service providers, for convention center hosts, for the hospitality sector, for anyone that is involved in leisure tourism. That's because the latter is inextricably linked to the business events industry. It's all about driving people to Africa to give them that niche, unrivaled African experience. Now, this is an exciting year for South Africa because Treasury has allocated an additional 494 million rand to boost the tourism sector in the medium term. And the business events industry has been singled out for a major boost. Meetings Africa actually brings together the entire continent in an opportunity to attract international events to their respective destinations.
If you just look behind me, our private sector, our colleagues are all doing business. We've come here to do business beyond showcasing the destination, but we're here for business. So absolutely we're seeing a return on investment, and we believe to Africa and of course specifically to Rwanda as well. Rwanda is central located in Africa. If we're looking at hosting any African association event or any corporate event, Rwanda is centrally located. Think about if you're coming from North Africa or from South Africa, you're easily converging in one central point in Africa. So Rwanda, its geographical position gives it an advantage to be at a competitive edge in hosting events that are bringing Africans.
The Cape Town and Western Cape Convention Bureau spoke to us about current challenges and opportunities for local destinations.
I think today, with all there's fantastic competition in South Africa right now in terms of top-class convention centre. So the main challenge is how do you attract your local corporate market to your own convention centre, and not only the internationals meetings, and to diversify meetings, not only to keep to a conference but to attract the big ones. So in South Africa, the good thing about Cape Town, it is a destination people aspire to go to. So that is a key selling proposition, but that is changing in terms of conferencing and attracting people to your destination and it goes about the beyond the conference reason why a conference comes to a destination. So I think together with a convention bureau like us, centres has to also now start engaging their event planners to say, what else can we give a delegate when they come to the destination? Is there legacy left behind? Is there something to add to the knowledge economy? So it is competitive in South Africa, but we do get our fair share in terms of meetings to the Western Cape, in terms of the local market.
Locally, it is also competitive. It's not only about competing for events with international destinations.
As a main city in Cape Town, our major competitors are Durban ICC as well as the Sandton Convention Centre in terms of big venue. We have a few additions, top-class conference centres that opened in the Western Cape recently, owned by private sector. So one of that is the Century City Conference Centre. So they've added a conference space into the Western Cape, which makes it quite dynamic for the convention centre. But there's space for everybody. So they're in different sides of the city, and it depends on the type of clients and the delegates. So internally we have more product and more inventory, but competition-wise in South Africa, those would be the main centre that we compete with.
There are a host of other businesses here that are hoping to attract more clientele and opportunities. Take a look at these arts and crafts made locally using real leaves and other nature elements.
The relevance of Meetings Africa is a platform for us to network, but also to promote the work that we are doing, and essentially cut out the middlemen and also introduce the creatives and our product directly to the consumer. And with that, with more funding being pumped into the continent, it enables us to receive funding, but also seed funding for our businesses. We have been doing well with our product. It's been very popular. It has been an exhausting day, but a massive learning curve and a massive platform to expose our work.
South Africa recorded a record high of more than 10 million international tourist arrivals in 2016, up by more than 1 million in the previous year. This despite challenges around its controversial visa regulation. South African tourism is confident that the efforts by the South African Convention Bureau will see business delegates making up an even larger proportion of tourists. Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today. Tourism SA is proud of the achievements following the successful annual hosting of Meetings Africa. They say they are determined to continue along this trajectory, to partner with various countries in Africa to help the continent claim an even bigger slice of the global business events and leisure tourism market. There is, however, more potential to be explored. The National Convention Centre Bureau Chief spoke to us frankly about this.
Does it take a lot of hard work? Yes, it does. It isn't easy. You must remember we compete, with everyone and everything, to actually get these meetings. Yes, they are rotating. In 2015, there were 12,000 meetings that rotated around the world, association meetings, and we are not doing so good in actually getting a lot of those. We are good to get the international meetings, but not, we really have a huge potential to get the African Association meetings. If I just have to compare ourselves, like for instance with Germany. Germany is, ranked number 1, I think, as a meetings destination. But their meetings are 80% of that is actually European meetings and 20% international. It's just the opposite in South Africa. In South Africa, 90% of our meetings is international and 10% is African Association or regional meetings as we call them. There's the potential. And I believe that if we are going to delve into that potential to get our African associations and fraternity to start to meet, because it is an important thing for us, for economic development and to develop our country, the knowledge economy. It is extremely important that our associations meet on a regular basis and help us to grow, the economy. If you know something, you can make money out of money, isn't it? And so for us, hard work, a lot of effort that go in, long-term relationships, and building confidence in our destination, because there are still people that think, Africa, can they really do it? Is there enough? Is there Wi-Fi? How is the AV? Am I going to stand up and then suddenly, it just go down? The electricity, and all those infrastructure for meetings architect. That for me is the big thing, is that it isn't about the beautiful mountain or the lion that roar. It is about that as well. But first and foremost, we need to show our strength and confidence in infrastructure, meetings infrastructure, and then our academic strength.
Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
My name is Christopher Jafta and you are watching Joburg Today.